Hello viewers, my name is Canvas and in this video I will try to defeat Skeletron Prime. Before that though, I will continue collecting life fruits because I think I could use an upgrade. What are you doing here? You do have some very interesting items. Let me try this. Well, I cannot see that many colors, but it's better than nothing. Oh wait, is that a friendly version of the menaces? Well, it was. Okay, how tough are you now? Not very much so, huh? Okay, now these are the big bros. But with this damn yo-yo, I can just humiliate them. I feel like the king of the jungle at this point. Oh yeah, the chipper kill. I have a metal detector which should have finding these. Okay, cool. Where? Okay, I can see that it's above me somewhere. What happens though when something takes over? Like, how am I supposed to know where exactly it is? Is it on the map? I don't think so. Okay, I'm confused. I dug all this area out. It still says that it's above me. But then I go up and it's cobalt. Or a chest. Like, does that mean nothing then? I thought the arrow means in which direction it is. I mean, if not, I will just dig down and see what happens. I was so caught up in the archery battle that I didn't even notice that I was low. I will just build a farm underground. There we go. If I understood the wiki correctly, it needs to be a space of 60 blocks between them in order to spawn, so now we just wait. Although I just realized that this is probably not underground technically. Fine, I will just make another one. Okay, done. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these might spawn something eventually. While I wait for them to grow, I will do something I wanted to do since the very first video. I will carve out this hill and fill it up with the statues that are collected in the previous videos. Now have a guess which one is my pet. I think it's the one at the bottom, but let's see. Oh yes, I will recognize you from 1,000 dirt blocks. There we go, that's about halfway, I think a bit more. It looks quite okay in my opinion. This is more or less what I expected. So I couldn't really find what I wanted in the jungle, but actually on the west there is a lot of unexplored area. So I will see if I can find anything interesting here. I wanted to ask if penguins can be captured. Well, that one certainly cannot be. Okay, second try. And it actually worked. that's really cool. I want to explore the ocean because I know that there is some loot down there. And I did in fact craft the only gills potion that I could. So I have to use these 4 minutes wisely. Okay, that's a vibe. I'm collecting coral because that's what I need for this potion so I can come back here later. Okay, I spent a while collecting these. I think I will go further before it expires. That's a good and safe way of lighting the way. Okay, there's the first chest. I'm just not being left alone. Well, nothing that I don't have already. Okay, I'm about to run out of the potion. I just want to explore this last bit. And good thing I'm doing that because there is the next chest and nothing exciting, but at least I know what's here. And thankfully there's this air pocket here, so I can continue. So I ran into the end of a cave I have already seen apparently. Well, okay, I explored it all, but I expected a bit more excitement from this area. Hello again. You know what? You caught me in a good mood. I will make a house for you. I think what he means is this area. I believe in here, anywhere I could just build a house and he should be fine. So let's do that. So here we are. Actually, there is a decent building already. Can I not just upgrade this one?
12 seconds later.
So, is this good enough? What do you mean? Isn't it perfect? Anyway, one of my old friends is back. What's up? I really want one, but that's super expensive. Okay, so it needs to be above the surface. So that's another big project. I think I will do that on another day. However, sometimes I can recognize a mimic if I see one. Now let's see how tough are you, now that I'm ready. Okay, that wasn't so bad. So let's start preparing for the boss. First I'm going to place some cake around. Why does this always happen when I'm about to fight something? This tower defense is working quite well actually. The night is over, let's collect the rewards. So once again I waited for a peaceful night. Let's craft what I need. I think it was down there at the bottom. And I should have everything needed, yes. Barely. So for this one I'm going to consume a flask of ichor, an iron skin potion, a swiftness potion, and a nail, so just the usual. And also I will try whatever this is. Hopefully this guy is going to help me. And let's not forget the cake, of course. So for the third time, let's see what this guy can do. Okay, so I'm using my trusty yo-yo. I looked it up that the 4 arms are all different and they do not actually matter in the overall half of the guy. And it should be nice to get rid of them one by one first. I think the saw is like the least dangerous, the one that I'm actually working on right now because that's the one near me. And I know running away is not an option because he's very quick and you cannot realistically run away from it. Okay, I switched to this one, but the one I'm looking for is actually the one with the laser, so I might actually shoot it. But I'm gonna get rid of the razor or whatever that is, because I already made a lot of progress on that one. Okay, I should actually aim with this one. I always forget that this is not a magic weapon and it doesn't actually go where I want it. I should utilize my wings more as well. Okay, so did it heal? No, it did not. I just confused 2 of the arms. Okay, well, let that be the worst thing that ever happens to me. Okay, so I'm not going to use the nurse yet because the cooldown from the first potion is just about to go down. Okay, well, that's a saw, not a razor. Sorry, I confused those 2 words, but it's very low, so I really want to get rid of that. Okay, so here happened. Nice. I wasn't that close to dying, fortunately. Okay, I was cornered in a bit. I should use more of the arena. But when I get away, that saw arm is quite slow, so it's getting away from me. I'm not sure if it's like protecting it intentionally, but it's quite hard to hit it in some angles. Okay, I think one arm is down. And I have that little friend with the one eye up there, so that helps. Also the nurse. Okay, nice, that was a decent heal. I didn't take so many hits while I was just standing there. Okay, so this arm that is about to pick me up is the one that's the lowest, so I will try to focus that one. I'm just still not very good at aiming with this shadow knife. So I'm going to fly a bit. I always forget that I can take advantage of that. There's one arm, I think that's a cannonball arm. I'm not sure which one that is, but one of them is actually quite low. And I would have the time to heal, but I actually didn't even use up 150 HP since the last one, so that's a first. Okay, so with already one arm eliminated, it's noticeably less difficult. But still, the laser is difficult to get out of the way of. Okay, that's one arm less. Okay, that's two. Okay, finally a heal I think is on the cards, yes. Okay, so that cannonball arm, that actually hurts quite badly when I hit that, but it's not shooting that many of them. I know it's spinning up and it's spinning like this, but it's still not too bad. Okay, so that arm is like very close to seeing its last day. Okay, now it's just a floating head. Now it's way less scary all of a sudden. I'm not sure if it can even like attack me directly. I mean, it has like melee damage when I hit it, so I should not just jump into it. Also, I forgot about the yo-yo. I think against the head it's quite effective actually. It's just flying above me, so it's a bit of a reach, but I can just about reach it. And I can fly after it, that's also nice. Although I have a limit to that, unlike him. Are you serious? I thought this one was in the bag. I wasn't even paying attention to the health or anything. I know that I'm dying in silly ways, but this one actually surprised me. And that's actually a bit of a problem because I don't have the materials to craft that item once again. I need to look for Soul of Night to even have a chance. Also, did this guy just sit down there? Do you live here? No, still not, but then... Anyway. Okay, after about 15 minutes I have it. Hopefully this one will not be a waste. The menu is the same. A flask of ichor, a cup of coffee, a swiftness potion, an iron skin potion, an ale, and some cake. This time I will not underestimate the risk. Okay, so now I have a bit of an experience. I'm going to start with the hand with the saw, although it's not the one I'm actually shooting so far. So that one is always close to reach because I think it's melee damage, so it's trying to stay close to me. Even though the laser is actually the biggest danger, but it's also very difficult to shoot. And I make better use of my wings. Okay, so far I didn't really make a dent on the half bar of anything, to be honest, but it's still early days. I would say that that house in the middle is a bit of a defense as well, but I mean, it's going straight through it. I'm not sure if the lasers or the bombs are getting through there, but it doesn't happen that much. But the nurse inhabiting it is much more helpful, actually. Okay, so far I used one potion about like 20 seconds ago, so it's still quite a long time until I can use one more. But now I'm actually going for defense a bit more. I'm just trying to avoid stuff. I'm just aiming at the vague direction of the boss and just throwing these knives as much as possible. I didn't think the saw would actually reach me, but it did. But it's quite close to dying. Okay, thankfully it's only the end of the arms that's actually hitting me. Like, if I just hit the elbow or at least go through it, then I'm not taking any damage, so that's good. But there are so many particles once again, especially because of my own knives. It's quite difficult to keep track of that. One arm is down. Okay, and I will not forget to drink up, not just the healing potion, but also an ale, once again. Okay, I was not trying to go for the yo-yo. Do I need a healing from the nurse? Okay, not yet. I'm very far from that, actually. Okay, so this arm that is trying to grab me is also... Actually, that's the least dangerous one, but it's quite easy to hit. So I'm going for that, and I'm trying to run away a bit, although it can keep up with me. It's obviously very fast. It is especially dangerous when it's spinning, so I should keep that in mind. I should give myself a bit of a distance from him when he's trying to do the spinning motion, just for extra safety. So how close am I to the next potion? Only 15 seconds, and one other arm is down. And actually I'm not taking any damage. At least I didn't for the last minute or so, or just a very minor amount. Okay, so the laser arm is actually quite weak. I'm I'm not sure if it's due to its health, but it's staying quite high, like much higher than it was before, and it's a bit more difficult to reach, but the laser arm is down. So that's good. Now I only need cannon bursts to be taken care of. Well, I didn't really meet them yet, or at least I didn't notice. Okay, it doesn't really care about that arm that much, like it's leaving it behind it like 50 meters above its head, so apparently it doesn't care. But I want to take care of it anyway. The half bar is already red for that, so it's only a matter of seconds. Unless it's spinning again, it's protecting its arm. To be fair, on the main part, I'm also making a bit of progress. There we go, it's just the head. Now this is where the last time I was complacent. And I didn't actually care, I thought I had it in the bag. And I was using the yo-yo the last time for this phase. Now I'm not going to make that mistake. It might do more damage, but I need to get closer for that, and that's the only way that I can actually take damage, is to be right there. Okay, so it's not as fast as I expected. Okay, spinning this way doesn't really help it. It doesn't have arms to speed up the process, so it looks funky, but it doesn't actually rattle me that much. Okay, so now we are in the last 3,500. That should be a walk in the park, but I'm keeping an eye on my health. Although I know that I'm not taking any risk, but it's better to be safe than sorry. After 3 failed attempts, I'm saying that. Okay, so in the last 1,000. Okay, so at this point it should be taken care of. Also I have the time to realize that I actually need to aim as well. Random werewolf just joining the party while he still can. This is a prime example of success. So I have even more hallowed bars and I have Soul of Fright. Okay, whatever that is. Last time I forgot the obligatory after boss fireworks show. And I'm actually going to move it because the nurse's home is actually in the way a bit. With that, all 3 mechanical bosses are down. And I'm sure that this has consequences, I just have no idea what they are. If you want to see me find out, please consider subscribing so you don't miss the next video. But until then, goodbye.